Everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are taking a look at the Grimm Tales Tarot by Fiona Edgewood. This is published by Llewellyn. Thank you so much to Llewellyn for sending this my way. Retailing for $26.99 in the US. I will link where you can legitimately purchase this down in the description box below should you want to. All right, this is a new tarot that looks quite grim. 78 cards and a 200-page color guidebook. Welcome to the eerily familiar world of the Grimm Tales Tarot, where images and symbols from fairy tales magically mingle with undercurrents of occult secrets that lurk behind cottage doors in dark forests. Reading with this Rider-Waite-Smith style deck allows you to create your own dark fairy tale full of magical knowledge to guide your life path. Use your intuition to listen to the characters as they whisper messages about your modern day once upon a time. All right, so the packaging is quite nice with that magnetic enclosure there, and it has a ribbon. I will say I have already flipped through this by myself because I had some suspicions, and I was correct on some of them here. So I already reordered them to the way that they were when I took them out. So we have that nice ribbon. I really like that. There's the bottom of the deck. I love the concept of this. However, how it's executed, I'm a little disappointed in. Now, before we go into this, I will say I'm not here to lecture you about AI usage. If you want to know my stance on it, I've made a video. So therefore, all I'm going to do is show you what is in the deck, and you can come up with however you feel about it and whether or not you would like to purchase it. I'm just giving you the facts. So Fiona Edgewood is the author and the artist behind this deck. And then when you look a little bit further, it says some parts of the images in this book were created through the use of AI. So it says some parts of the images, so I don't know what that means, as well as the fact that the only images in this book are that of the images of the cards themselves. So I don't know if the cards themselves are then used AI, because there were some inconsistencies in the art as well. So again, I'm just telling you what I see. All right, so with that, we're progressing ahead. So then we have the introduction, how to use this deck, getting started, sample spreads, and then it goes into the card meanings. So we have information about, the Brothers Grimm and how that was the inspiration, and then how to use this deck, which is just like any other Rider-Waite-Smith, and then getting started, some tips and tricks on how to do that if you're a beginner. And then the spreads are the daily draw, the Trinity, which is the 3-card spread down below, and the Witch's Broom, which was quite interesting to me. And that spread looks like such. And then it goes into the card meanings. So again, I don't know what partial use that was of it. We're just going to go with that. All right. So here is the cardstock in the back of the cards. So the cardstock itself is on the thinner side. Not paper thin, but it is thin. Very flexible. It shuffled just fine for me when I was utilizing it myself. So there's the back. It is a matte. We have a number and a title. And like I said, the concept of this I was so intrigued by, and the way the art style is, it looked very similar to the Tarot of Mystical Moments, which I like that art style, very collage-like, but there were a lot of little differences that I was like, this looks like AI. And that's such a polarizing conversation that I've already said my piece on it. So if you are looking for more, like I said, you can go find the whole rant I did. The hands there. This I liked the concept of. This reminds me of the character that collects all the junk in the labyrinth. I don't like how their heads are connected like that. Anyway. Again, my opinion on all of this stuff. So, art is subjective. Cups. I do love a ghosty. All right, I'll show you how it shuffles. Not bad. And overhand, it's not bad either. Can I get a card to read, please? Okay, we're going to read for Justice. Just a reminder what Justice looks like. Okay, so we have the card on the left-hand side and then the blurb over here. A fair and impartial judge. Justice stands for truth, accountability, and balance. This is the clear-eyed force that weighs actions and consequences without bias. She asks you to face the truth about yourself, about others, about the systems you live in with integrity. This card requires bravery to seek your own truth without fear or shame. Impartiality, deliberation, creating fair trade and negotiations, determining the best course of action while weighing cause and effect. Justice reminds you that fairness isn't always comfortable. It demands responsibility, devotion to truth, and right action. When she appears, she calls you to examine where balance must be restored within and without. She cuts through illusion, encouraging you to stand in your truth and own your choices. Clarity through justice brings liberation. So it's just enough information to get you, to help you if you are a beginner, or to seek further insight should you need to. So again, I have an opinion when it comes to art that involves AI or anything written that involves AI. I'm not a fan. And I feel like maybe, and this is just my opinion too, maybe some of the blurbs in here also had the help of AI, just because I've been hearing AI scripts so much lately that like the pattern recognition of how it is structured comes out. So again, it might just be me picking that up and it might not be a thing in this deck. However, because that AI usage was indicated in the guidebook, that then begs the question, is there more usage of AI? So my 2 cents is, if AI is going to be a new tool, quote unquote, being used in mass-produced works, whether that's written or art or you name it, there needs to be some form of identification that it was used. And the fact that it was only in the guidebook is a little disappointing to me, because as someone who doesn't want to go out of their way to buy a tarot deck that has AI usage, just me personally, I would like to know that before purchasing said deck. That being said, you guys do whatever you feel called to do when it comes to it. I just feel like there needs to be regulations and procedures put in place so that way the consumer is aware, because not everybody knows how to recognize AI and not everybody knows the consequences of using AI. So I would love to know if this is a deck that you're excited about, if this is something that is on your list. So it looks like AI isn't really going anywhere at this point. So with that being said, I am going to review the decks that you guys want me to review, but I will be bringing up the fact that it was created or used with the help of AI, and then that's up to you whether or not you want to consume it. So let me know your thoughts. I would love to hear them. And thank you all for hanging out with me today. I love you and I like you. And thank you to Llewellyn for sending this my way. And as always, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have not done so already, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me. All right, everyone, I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.